Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to go over how to use the library databases to search for articles that you can use as sources for all your different research papers and projects you're working on for your classes. So to get to the library website from the college main page, you'll hover over Academics, and then you'll click the library link down here on the right. From the library website, to get to our databases collection, if you hover over Student Resources, you'll see our databases link, or you can click this link down here to access the library databases page. So the library has a couple different databases that focus on different topics, but for time's sake, I'm just going to focus today just on EBSCO, which is our biggest database with the most information. EBSCO actually has collections within it, but the biggest one is going to be EBSCOhost Web here, which literally has millions of articles in it. So since I'm on campus, it's going to let me into EBSCO right away. If you're off campus working from home, it's going to ask you for your username and password, and it's the same username and password that you use to access all your Penn Highlands resources. So we'll jump in here in our search box and try to enter our search terms. So let's say we're working on a paper where we're going to write about violent video games and their effects on children. So a lot of people, when they search, they'll use like a question. So let's see that and see what happens when we do that. So do violent video games make kids violent? So we'll do a search for that. And you see we only got 24 articles, which isn't very good. When you're searching in EBSCO, you should really expect to get many more articles than that. So if you search in EBSCO or Google and you don't get many sources, it's probably because you're not using quite the right search terms. You really want to boil your search down to the most important terms, the key terms that describe what you're looking for. So let's look at this. So we probably don't need the word violent twice. And the word do isn't a key term for what we're searching for. And we don't need the word make. And instead of using kids, let's use the word children. When you're searching for things online that are written by authors and professionals in a different field, you want to use more professional, serious language and avoid slang terms like kids. Another thing you can do when you're searching is you can use words like and or to sort of change around your search results. So the word or lets you tell the database you want to search for results that have one word or another word in them. So instead of just violent, we'll search for violent or violence. So it'll broaden our search results because we want words or articles that have either of those terms mentioned. So let's do another search. And see, look here. Now we have over 1 million articles, which is still obviously way more than you need, but it's nice to have that option, and then we can always narrow things down if we need to. So you can scroll through and look for articles that seem helpful. There's also options you can do, or you should use over here to sort of narrow down your results. So one thing about EBSCO and all library databases is some of the articles, the complete article won't be available for you to read. It'll just be a short summary of the article, and this is for sort of business reasons based on the different publishers and how they make information available. But if you want to limit your articles to just the full article, you'll click full text here, so you could assure yourself that the only articles where the entire article to read is available. For some classes, your professor may say, I only want you to use peer-reviewed articles or scholarly articles or academic journal articles. Those are articles that go through a lengthy review process to make sure that they're high quality before they're published. So you'll use these more and more in college. If you only want to see those kinds of articles, click this box that limits your results to peer-reviewed. Some professors will also say, I only want articles from the last 10 years or the last 5 years. If you use this time option here, you can limit your articles according to those time frames. So I'll check this to say I only want articles from the last 5 years. So that narrows things down even more. You can also use source type here to say the kind of article you want. Again, academic journal articles, which are going to be peer-reviewed, magazine articles, which are nice sources when you're just getting started, reports from different organizations, book reviews, and all kinds of different things. So you can decide what you want, and you can check that box and hit apply to limit your results to that. So let's take another look at our search results. You'll occasionally see articles in different languages. EBSCO is an international database company, and they're used by countries all over the world. So you'll occasionally see articles, like I said, in different languages. So violent video games and aggression in children. Let's take a look at this article. So if we click on the article, at first you won't see the whole article. It'll just be things like the title, when it was published, the name of the authors, the abstract, which summarizes the article. Before you jump in and read the whole article, which could be 10, 20, or 30 pages long, the abstract will summarize it really quickly so you can decide if it seems like something interesting you'd want to read. If it does seem good, you can click up here and say Access Now to actually open the whole article for you to read. Now at this point, you'll want to read it carefully, take down notes, jot down facts. These notes and facts will be helpful information and insightful things that you'll want to actually use in your paper. Don't read the article and just assume you'll remember it. Take lots of notes. Those notes will make it easier for you to write a good paper. After you're done doing all that, one thing you'll need for a lot of your classes is APA or MLA style citations for your paper. And fortunately, EBSCO does that for you. If you come up here and check this little quotation marks box, it'll give you options for APA citations and MLA citations from that drop-down list. One thing to remember, these citations are computer generated, so sometimes there'll be small mistakes. You should always double check them. Particularly in APA, it often messes up the capitalization. So for this, in APA, only the first letter of the first word should be capitalized. So the V in violent, everything else should be lowercase, except if there was like a proper noun, like the name of a person or a country or something like that. There's also options to download the article to your computer or print it out and all kinds of good things like that. So those are some of the key things you'll be able to do as you look for articles. If we click the back arrow, it'll take us back to our search results and we can continue to look for articles throughout our search results. So that's a quick introduction to using the library EBSCO database. There's plenty more to learn about them. If you do have more questions, feel free to reach out to me, Alex Kirby, at the library, and I'd be happy to help you out when it comes to searching and finding information in the library databases.